Hi, I'm Grandma Judy. I'm 78 years old, and I got to tell you, I'm having a wonderful life, and I hope you are too. Now, I do a lot of wire wrap jewelry and stuff now. It's not that I don't love all my gardening and all of that, I do, but I just don't have the shoulders and the back. And since I broke my arm, it's really hard for me to do a lot of lifting. A 50-pound bag of fertilizer is just out of the question right now. So I've been doing a lot of my wire wrap jewelry. Well, it's expensive. I know people that know me know I really like to keep my pennies close. So something else I really enjoy doing is going to the secondhand stores and yard sales and Goodwill and all that. And what I've been doing for quite a while now is collecting bits and piece jewelry. I know they might be all just stuffed into a jar and there'll be broken pieces, no findings on them, or the deal's broken. There'll be a bunch of beads down in the bottom. Well, that's perfect as far as I'm concerned because I turn around and I'll take a piece like this and I'll break this down and I'll have wood beads, glass beads. These are really unusual pieces here. And I can turn around and I can use those in my wire wrap jewelry, and I don't have to pay a bunch of dollars for them. Because I'll tell you what, you go down and you buy a little package of, 10 or 15 findings for clasps for your necklaces or whatever, and you're going to be paying like 12 to $14. Now, sometimes I can get them on Amazon at a little better price, and that's really nice. But a lot of times, too, they're really not the same quality. So it's always a trade off. But I really enjoy doing all this, and I find such fun pieces. Now, look at this little pearl necklace. Now, obviously, it's not for an adult. This is for like a 7 to 12-year-old girl. And the findings on it are gorgeous. And the pearls, now you can't see them, the color's not showing up real well, but they're champagne and absolutely adorable. Now, I do think that they're probably faux because there's no knots between the pieces, but there's also no chips, so it's possible that they're real. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a nice little 7 to 12-year-old girl who's having a birthday or something, and I'll give them to their parents, and their parents can slip them in as a fun gift. And that way I can spread the wealth a little bit and the joy. Now, this is another fun piece that I found. Now, I went to Astoria and they had a bunch of secondhand stores and stuff, so I was having a perfectly good time. And I found this nice little piece here. Now, each of these stones or pieces of glass have been um, set. So they're all not glued in, they're set, which is really unusual for finding in a junk deal. And I think that the findings have been replaced because the findings on them are fairly inexpensive. And this is not an inexpensive piece, or wasn't. So this one again is going to stay in one piece because I'm pretty sure I've got some granddaughters that are going to go, Grandma, and it'll be gone. And I am just fine with that because, well, you end up with so much stuff. You have to decide what you're going to keep and what you're not. And I think it's fun when the grandkids and stuff come over and go, Grandma, can I have that? And I can say, of course you can. Now here's one, obviously broken, but look at the nice little pearls on this, the big ones. They're faux, I'm sure. And look at these, nice. Don't know if you're really seeing the design on them. They have nice designs. And we've got lots of different color and pieces on these. And so, yep, this one's going to be broke down. So I can use it in my wire wrap jewelry. I can turn them into accents for it or whatever. And then sometimes I find some of the funnest stuff. Now, somebody obviously made this. And look at that. Isn't that just a chubby cheek thing? Isn't it cute? Now, there's no name on it. So There's no way of knowing who made it. And it's just with a rawhide and some wooden beads. And look at these little findings pieces here. Aren't those nice? And again, hard to come by and very expensive. So again, this is going to be broke down. I would not be surprised at all if that doesn't end up as a cabochon and in one of my wire wrap pieces. Because, well, why not? They're a lot of fun. I have a lot of different pieces that I find. And now see, this is a nice piece, came out again, just out of a jar with a whole bunch of mixed up pieces. But again, it has some very nice different stones. We've got our beads, we've got copper, we've got glass, and this is an iridescent that's just really pretty. And don't even see them in the craft stores or anything anymore. So this is going to be broke down as well. And I have a lot of fun with it. Something else I have found is you have to have some place to sort them and put all that stuff so you can use it. And so when I've come across Harbor Freight, I know when it's turned out to be one of my favorite stores. I bought two of these little boxes for uh, not quite $20 a piece, with lots of decent deep drawers, so I can store lots of beads and findings and fun stuff in it. Makes all the difference in the world, because that way when I go to make things, I can go, oh, I like that, and I can use it. And I can use it at a price I can afford. Now, I know I harp on money a lot, because the truth is, if you don't, and you don't pay attention to your pennies, your dollars go away really fast. So now this is a fun little piece, and believe it or not, it's glass beads. And so that's going to be fun. And again, haven't decided if I'm going to take this one apart yet or not, because I can see this too being used just as a necklace, and I can put one of my wire wrap pendants on it. Maybe even make some earrings to match, because this is a pretty long piece, so longer than I would need. So it could be used for, say, two pieces plus earrings. So I can have a lot of fun. Now this is an oddball piece here. Again, it was just in a jar of broken jewelry. And this one's all in one piece, but I really like the chain. It's got some really nice chain on it. And look at these. These are glass, which is kind of unusual too. Now this is just a standard bead and this is a metal bead, but these are glass. So that's going to be fun. So this is going to get broke down too. I have a lot of fun. And you go in, and it's funny because you'll go in, and I'm just going to reach in here and see what's left down in the bottom of this box. But you go in and you don't know what all when you get a big jar of stuff. And that's what this was just a big jars of stuff that I put in I call it my treasure box back here, because I'll take and I'll empty pieces out, and that way I can go through and see what's there and it's any good. Whoa, look at this. This is a copper necklace. Now I am not going to take that apart, but I will clean it. Isn't that a pretty piece? Nice heavy findings on it. Ooh, I'm going to enjoy having that. I know, it's really pretty. So that's going to get cleaned and put up. Let's see what else might be here. Hmm. Now we got all this tangle up here. Now this is just a nice faux pearl set of beads, and in good shape and about the right length. So I can turn around and I can add a pendant to this. and have a really fun piece. And I can turn around and do earrings and stuff to match it. I know, so much fun. But I couldn't afford to do all of this if I had to pay full prices for everything. I mean, if you went down and just bought a cute little bead necklace like this little black bead necklace, decent findings on it, you'd expect to pay minimum of $15 and up to 35, depending on the store you were in. Well, I can turn around and I can add a nice pendant to that, and I double the value of it, and it's easier to wear, and it's something my granddaughters or I know are going to pack off because it's easy for them to wear. It makes all the difference in the world. But just picking up fun pieces all the time is what I do. And some of them, like this little hairpin, you can see that pieces are missing off of it. But because I do the rest, I have all different sizes of shapes and colors of these nice little pieces of glass I can set in here. And I'm sure it's glass because there is no markings on this. But it's a nice little piece, and I'm going to finish it off, and it can be worn in your hair. And again, I'm thinking I've got a granddaughter or two that's going to swipe that one. Now this one I like too. It's all in one piece. It's in really nice condition. Again, nothing on the back indicates we made it. And it has this nice little pin on the end of it. So you can put it kind of in and weave it through a dress or a sweater or something. I collect hats, and I'm thinking that's going to be on a hat. I really do. That's going to be a lot of fun. But the reason I do this is because I enjoy wire wrap jewelry. And I enjoy going to the secondhand stores and collecting all the bits and pieces so I can make them without being broke on. And I advise you to, whatever your hobby is, see what else you can use, reuse, find another purpose for, because, well, we don't need all that trash. And we can save few dollars in the process and have a really good time. I know. So if you're like me and you would rather break apart some broken jewelry and use it for your wire wrap jewelry or to find treasures for yourself or your grandkids or your next door neighbor or that little 7-year-old down the street who maybe the parents don't have too much, and give them something special like that little pearl necklace right here. Isn't that going to make a wonderful treat for a little girl? I've got some jewelry boxes I can put that in. But I thank you ever so much for joining me. I'm Grandma Judy. I'm talking about why I do wire wrap jewelry and why I do junk store find can help make it affordable. So I thank you ever so much. Please like, subscribe, and would you send me those little messages because it just makes my day. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers and I need 50 more. So if you would help me, I'd appreciate it. I thank you ever so much. Grandma Judy saying, bye.